Alright, so the stream is starting. I know there's nobody in right now. That's okay. This actually originally was not going to be a stream. This was just going to be a video. However, I don't have a lot of time, so I have to do a quick stream to cover all this stuff rather than a video and then have to edit it later. I don't have time to record a video, put it in my computer, and edit it. This is just much quicker to be able to run through it on a live stream real fast and then just kind of be done with it. So that's kind of the plan. So yeah, this is just a video basically about all of the awesome news and stuff we've heard the past couple days, day or two. There hasn't been too much new stuff since you've probably seen like trainer tips videos or reversals videos, but I did want to go over it myself and kind of give my take on it because that's what this channel is all about. I'm sure there are a ton of other Pokemon Go channels that are talking about this stuff, but I want to talk about it myself as well. So first I wanted to talk about the John Hanke interview with Vice. It says basically that John Hanke was talking about kind of the future and kind of how, thank you for letting me know that you can hear it, the future of the game and kind of how they wanted it to start out, and that he actually wanted some of these features to be in the game when it first came out, which makes sense. Like in the trailer, it said, you know, PvP and trading is going to be in the game. Like that's basically what the trailer said. So he clearly wanted that, but so I think even though we didn't really get that, that's where their focus is kind of becoming, like kind of going towards, other than Gen 2, obviously. So we have here, it says, Niantic John Hanke confirms PvP trading live events all coming to Pokemon Go. This is just a random article I picked, it's Forbes, but you can kind of find it anywhere. I just wanted to kind of find a summary of it rather than having to read his exact statement. If you want to see his exact statements, just, you know, watch any other Pokemon Go YouTuber's video. So basically he talks about in terms of PvP and trading, these are things he wanted to have in the game originally, but because of the server issues when the game started, they couldn't actually implement those. I think that's a little bit of a cop-out, but at the same time, I feel like even though it was kind of a cop-out, having crappy servers, having servers that are constantly shutting down is not something that can sustain a game. So if they put trading in, or they focused all their stuff on trading or PvP, and the servers were crashing, then there's no game anyway. So it makes sense that at least they were putting their focus towards that. But it seems like now they definitely want to introduce one of these very soon. Now that the servers are a little bit more stable, not great, but definitely way more stable than they were during the release, they want to actually kind of show off one of these features. Which feature do I think it's going to be? I'm hoping for PvP more so than trading, and the reason for that is I want to be able to go out and like interact with people, and I feel like trading, you won't really have to do that. At least it would be smart in terms of not having to do that. Like if they do it where you have to go actually meet somebody to trade with them, that could be pretty dangerous. So I think you know, actually having PvP come out first and see how that works, and also be able to go out with your friends and fight your friends and stuff like that, especially while Gen 2 is coming. I also think, like, if you have trading when Gen 2 comes out, people are just going to trade for all the Gen 2 Pokemon, and then they're going to be asking for Gen 3. Whereas if you wait on the trading and you focus on PvP, people will be getting Gen 2 Pokemon so that they can do some PvP, which is exciting. So it seems like they do want to focus on at least one of those things right now, and the other one in the coming months. Other than Gen 2, which I'm going to get into a little bit, there's some more to talk about. There's a lot of news, but when it comes to this interview, it also seems like John Hanke is a little like upset with how the gym system came out, and they want to kind of rework that a little bit, which I'm actually kind of happy about, because the gym system is really bugged. I mean, you're tapping and swiping. That's not Pokemon. You know, you're not picking moves. There's no status effects. There's no status healers or anything you can actually use in the you know, in the gyms. Hi everyone that joined. I just want to go through this basically. Originally I was going to make this into a video, but I didn't really have time to do a video and edit it. So yeah, anyway, so I think that he wants to rework the gym system, which I'm actually happy about. I hope they focus on that too, but I would honestly rather have battling put in the game first rather than fixing the gym system, especially because battling would be a new feature, whereas gym would just be kind of revamping it again and changing it up, and it's nothing new really. Even if they like kind of tweak it, I feel like battling would bring a lot more people to the game. A lot more people would be excited about that. And to that person who keeps subscribing and unsubscribing, I see you over there. So yeah, so he definitely it seems like they're going to focus on some of that stuff, fixing some other stuff. They also really want to do events for legendary Pokemon. I think, you know, this is a really cool thing, and a lot of people have wanted Gen 2 for a very long time, or has wanted legendaries rather for a very long time. So they're trying to implement it. John Hanke really, really, really wants legendary events in the game. It seems like he really wants to have these events. This is what Ingress is all about, some of these kind of social events. The problem is, with Pokemon Go, there's so many more people playing that it could be dangerous. It could be, you know, you're going to need certain permits and stuff like that. So they have to figure that out, but it seems like they're definitely getting closer to wanting to release kind of a legendary Pokemon in events. And they're also going to have to figure out letting other people who can't make it to the events get the Pokemon, because that would be pretty unfair if you couldn't. At least with regionals, you can just travel to that other nation, and if there's going to be trading, then you can probably trade for them. But okay, so that's basically it for the whole kind of interview process. I think that I covered basically everything they talked about. You know, gym battling, they want to edit. They want to put PvP into the game, get more social interaction. Trading, they want to do. They're focusing on those two things now, which is good. And now some of the bread and butter of this news, which I'm really excited about. So they actually have found that there are new coding things in the Game Master file. They've updated it with this event, and they've done some new stuff with it. So what they've done is they've added new berries, which is really exciting. So we're going to get kind of another game mechanic on top of the previous game mechanic that we have in terms of the berries. Rather than just having a better chance to catch, you're actually going to have a bunch of these different berries. So I'm going to read out what they are, and I'm going to read out kind of what their effects are. So the Bluck berry is the Pokemon encounter does not move or jump. So you use this berry, and they can no longer jump, which is nice, but they can still attack. Raspberry, increased capture chance, which is what we already have. Weeper Berry, the target capture circle is increased out. So I have a feeling that you're more likely to get a great at a bigger, or an excellent at a bigger kind of circle size. It'll be easier to get some of these better throws with this berry on. And then you have the Nana Berry, which the Pokemon encounter doesn't attack, so again, they can probably still jump, but they can no longer attack. And the Pinup Berry, the target capture circle shrinks slower. So this way, obviously, you have, again, more of a chance to get a great or a nice or anything like that. I don't know if you'll be able to use them all in tandem. I feel like if you could, that would be pretty nice if you're trying to capture a Pokemon that has a really high run chance, or is a really good Pokemon, like a Dragonite spawns and you really don't want it to run, or you really want it to be an easier catch. You can put on all these berries. However, it's probably going to be more like you can only pick and choose. But I would like to be able to put on all of them. I don't know if that's kind of cheap, but that's basically it. So not only do they add these berries into the code, but they also added a little bit of character customization in as well. They've been adding that stuff kind of with the past updates. You can see that they've been, in every single update, they add a little bit more of character customization, at least in the code. I'm sure when Gen 2 comes out, they're going to release more of that. But I didn't really want to get too much into that. This is where the real excitement is, and that is the item template ID spawn of Generation 2 Pokemon. So that means they've created the spawn points for Generation 2 Pokemon. Before, we had the models in the game, we had the sounds of the Pokemon, we now have the move sets in the game, and now, not only that, but we also have the spawn points. So they literally have every single thing in the game to get Generation 2 out, all the way up into where they're going to spawn and how frequently they spawn. So all they have to do is go into the code, type Gen 2 equals on or equals yes, and boom, Gen 2's in the game. That's it. They have no other work to do for Gen 2, at least none that I can really see. Maybe they have more tweaking and stuff that they want to do, but when it comes to the actual coding of the Pokemon of Gen 2, it's in. So there's really no reason for this not to be out very soon, which brings me to the next one, which I'm very excited about as well. This seems to be a little bit of speculation. We've had a lot of speculation with Generation 2. There's a lot of people saying, oh, it's coming out this week. Oh, it's coming out next week. I mean, I made a video months ago saying, oh, it's coming out. And I was clearly wrong. But Generation 2 coming out on February 18th. And the reason this is kind of a thing, maybe, is that in Germany, they have released in this mall that there's going to be an event with Pokemon Go related kind of thing. So we don't really know what it is. It's just like, hey, this is an event. But the original sign, they actually took this sign down. But the original sign right here says Gold and Silver Pokemon. So what does that mean? Gold and Silver Pokemon. What Pokemon are in the games Gold and Silver? Generation 2. So, this leads us to believe that Generation 2 Pokemon are going to be released during this event. Maybe this mall or malls that participate in this event in Germany will have a higher chance of getting these Pokemon. Hopefully it's not like another egg situation where it's only in eggs, and then if you go to this mall, you're more likely to get these eggs with Gen 2 Pokemon. But it could be, and I'm hoping that they're releasing Generation 2, and this mall is going to have a higher chance of spawning Generation 2 only Pokemon. So I'm sure throughout the world there's going to be Generation 1 and Generation 2 spawns, but if you go to these specific areas in Germany and maybe even in other countries, then you're going to have a higher chance of only encountering Generation 2 Pokemon. These signs were actually taken down shortly after this was posted. People were freaking out on the internet, so the shopping mall actually took these signs down, which is a good sign. It means that maybe, well, it could be two things. It could be a good sign or a not so good sign. The good sign being that they were like, oh my god, we shouldn't have said anything, we're gonna get in trouble, they figured it out, we gotta get rid of this. Or it could be a bad sign, and it could be, oh great, we just made everybody think that Generation 2 was gonna come out, and now Niantic is pissed at us because now people are gonna be pissed when they find out Gen 2 isn't coming out on the 18th. So we're gonna find out either way. I'm really hoping it is Gen 2. Now, unfortunately for me, this Saturday, actually starting Friday, I'm going to be going to New Hampshire. And if it was out this Saturday, it would really suck, because I wanted, the first day it was out, to go to New York City. And I wanted to capture Gen 2 in New York City. There's amazing spawns, amazing lure spots. I would lure up everything I could, and I would try and catch Gen 2. If it comes out this coming Saturday, unfortunately I probably won't be able to do that, but I will definitely do that next Saturday. But we'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to do a lot more live streams when it comes to Pokemon Go, but especially when Gen 2 comes out. But that's basically all the news we have for Generation 2 and for Pokemon Go as of right now. There is some other smaller details, but nothing too crazy, nothing worth covering right now. To go into a little bit more about what's going to happen on the channel, today I did a test stream during lunchtime, and it seemed like it was pretty laggy. It was cutting out my voice, and it wasn't working too well. And I think the reason was I was using data. I wasn't actually on Wi-Fi. There is a Wi-Fi network around that park, and tomorrow I'm going to try and do an actual stream around the park and connect to the Wi-Fi and see if that works. I'm going to be doing another mass transfer stream, or a mass evolution stream. I already transferred a bunch of Pokemon so that we wouldn't have to sit through me transferring, and just basically do evolution. So I'm hoping that being on the Wi-Fi network in that area, it'll be a strong enough signal to actually be able to transfer Pokemon. Unfortunately, my phone also is kind of bad when it comes to doing multiple tasks, so we'll see how it works. Worst comes to worst, I'll just record what I can and then do it in a video. I would have preferred a live stream, but we'll see. Either way, I will be getting a new phone somewhat soon, hopefully. I'll probably get like the Google Pixel or something that can hold more data, can hold more of RAM and programs going on at a time, more than one program going on at once. So that should make live streaming much easier during lunch, and I'm going to be doing that probably every other day at work, so we'll see how that goes. In terms of who leaked this, Laker for Life, it was somebody on Reddit, I think, actually found it. They found it in Germany, and they took a picture of it. Yeah, so they found this in Germany at one of their local malls, and they were like, oh my god, what is this? And they took a picture of it. So and then it went over all over Reddit, and that was for this information. And then some of the previous stuff I covered was in an interview with John Hinkey. But and then obviously when it comes to the spawn points and stuff, that was data miners. They found that the spawn points inside the game code. So that's basically it for this video. I had to just do a quick little video. I apologize that this was a very short live stream. I apologize that this wasn't just a video. I did want to just do a video, just like, 15-minute video explaining everything. But I don't have time. It's already 9:10 where I live. I have to take care of the animals around the house. I have a lot of animals. We have like a zoo here, and I gotta get ready for bed. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do tomorrow too. Get ready for our travel to New Hampshire, pack and stuff. So I didn't really have time to record a video, edit a video, and then post it and deal with all that stuff. So live streaming is so much easier to just go in and not really have to edit. I'll probably do some post editing a little bit to cut out some of the extra stuff when it comes to live streaming later on, either today or tomorrow. But thank you so much for coming into the live stream. I see all your comments. I am going to read all of your comments, and I probably will respond to you in the chat, but the live stream is going to end here, unfortunately. Again, I don't have a lot of time, but there will be another live stream tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll work out great, and it should be between 1 and 2 o'clock, which is going to be the very end of this event tomorrow. So between 1 and 2 tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. So translate that to whatever time zone you're in, and that's when the stream will be. Hopefully it works out well. If it doesn't, and if it's cutting out and it's being bad, then I'll just you know, record the rest as a video and post that tomorrow. But that's it for this stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this information good, exciting. The hype train has been a little rocky recently because every time we get hyped, it kind of crashes and burns. But what are you gonna do? Keep on keeping on, I guess. Keep trying, keep hoping for some good news. So it seems like that's pointing in the direction now, so let's hope so. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, everyone. Comment in the live chat or down below if this is already archived, and let me know your thoughts on all of this stuff. I will be reading all your comments and the stuff in the chat, and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, stay dorky.